Delilah was a beautiful woman, but she did not love Jude. She was only with him because of his money. Jude, however, truly loved her and planned to marry her. His parents and siblings did not like Delilah because they saw through her and they continued to warn Jude not to marry her. But Jude did not listen because he knew how hard it was for him to leave his first love, Delilah. A few months later, Jude and Delilah got married. After the wedding, Delilah started to cause trouble. She would tell Jude stories about his brothers, making him believe they were against him. She made him think they were jealous of him and his success. Jude's brothers complained, telling him over and over that Delilah wasn't a good woman. They warned him again, saying, "She is not a good woman. Look at what she is doing. She is turning you against our family." But Jude refused. He was sure that his family was just jealous of Delilah. A time passed. Jude grew distance from his brothers. The more Delilah lied, the more Jude believed her. His relationship with his family became worse. As months passed, Jude changed. He spent all his time with Delilah, ignoring his family. One day, Delilah went to Jude and told him to give her full access to his finance. She told him that as his wife, she would help him manage his money so that they would build a bright future together. Jude, believing her words, agreed. He called his manager and handed everything over to Delilah. He had access to his bank account, investment, and business deals. Delilah wasted no time. She began spending Jude's money on expensive clothes, jewelries, trips, while Jude's family watched helplessly from their sidelines. Jude's siblings saw an opportunity to visit him. They sat him down and urged him not to give all his money to Delilah. "She is taking advantage of you," David said, but Jude refused to listen. Seeing that Jude wasn't convinced, his siblings came up with a plan. They told him to pretend he had lost all his money, selling his house and car, to see how Delilah would react. Jude hesitated at first, but he later gave in, not because he doubted Delilah, but because he wanted to prove to his siblings that she was a good woman. Eventually, he agreed to try it just to settle the matter once and for all. Thanks for watching. The next day, Jude hired a man to pose as the buyer of the house. The man arrived with a fake house document claiming ownership. When Delilah returned from the salon, she saw the man. She was confused. "Who are you and what do you want?" she asked. "I am here to claim my house," the man said confidently. Delilah, shocked, immediately called Jude. "What is he talking about?" she demanded. Jude replied, "It is true. I have to sell the house. We have lost everything. I was afraid to tell you. I am now poor and broke." She asked Jude about the money in the bank, but Jude replied that they have lost everything. He told her that he lost a huge amount of money while he was doing business. Delilah's face changed. Without hesitation, she told Jude, "If that is the case, it's over between us." She quickly packed her bags and left the house without a second thought. Jude stood there speechless. For a moment, he thought maybe she was just upset. But as the reality stuck in him, Jude saw through Delilah. She was only with him for his money. His siblings were right all along. He went into the house and wept all night. After Delilah left, Jude couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. He went to Delilah's mother's house, but he didn't see Delilah. He only saw her mother. He told her that everything was a test to see if Delilah truly loved her. Delilah's mother was shocked. She decided to cover up for her daughter. She laughed and said, "Oh Jude, it was all part of our plan too. We wanted to see how you will react if she acts like a gold digger. Delilah loved you, but you didn't see it." Jude felt confused and hurt. He went back to his siblings and told them what he learned. Delilah stood by me, he said, trying to convince them. But the more he tried to convince them, the more his siblings knew that he had been played again. The next day, Delilah packed her bag and went back with Jude. As they tried to rebuild their relationship, Delilah kept spending Jude's money. She asked him to buy a big house for her mother and a car for her younger siblings, even though his brothers warned him. Jude did it, thinking he was doing the right thing. Jude's siblings were angry and wanted to show him that Delilah wasn't good for him. One day, they found out that Delilah and her mother were planning to sell the mansion. Delilah's next plan was to sell the mansion. When Jude's siblings heard about it, they were angry and they decided to tell Jude. At first, Jude did not believe it. Delilah would never sell our home, he said. But he decided to listen to what they have to say. His siblings made him create a fake house document and put it in his drawer. The next day, the buyer came. As the buyer signed the paper, Jude watched from a distance, feeling nervous. He knew this was his only chance to find the truth about Delilah. Just as the buyer was about to leave with the signed document, Jude stepped forward. Delilah, what are you doing? What is going on? His voice filled of anger and confusion. Delilah was shocked to see Jude. She started panicking. Wait, Jude, it's not what you think. I can explain. Explain what? You are selling my house? Explain what? You know what? Pack your bags and leave this house this very minute. Delilah true self showed as she realized she had been done. The buyer looked between them, confused, while Delilah tried to explain. But Jude wasn't willing to listen anymore. He took the fake house document and tore it in half, ending their relationship. I deserve someone who really loved me, not someone who plays games with my heart. After the confrontation, he went to his siblings and mothers and apologized to them, wanting to mend their relationship. I'm sorry for not listening to you before, he said to them. I was blinded by the love I had for Delilah. But now I see the truth. Delilah did not love me. She only wanted my money. I want to rebuild our family bond. His siblings welcomed him back with open arms as they all shared their feelings about the situation. They talked about the importance of trust and honesty in relationship. Together, they start to heal and strengthen their family ties. Jude learned to appreciate the love and support of his family. He knew now that true love is built on trust, not on material things. As for Delilah, she was sent out of the house where she had to suffer till the end of her life. Thanks for watching.